Hi children, how are you all? It's very glad to see you again. Nice. So let's start the session with prayer. Right. So join your hands, close your eyes and listen to me. Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya मृत्योमामृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति. Fine children, now rub your hands, have a gentle pressure on your eyes, then slowly open your eyes. Great children. So let me recall about what are the topics we discussed in last session, right? So, could you remember those topics? Let me say, right? So, what did we say about? We are seeing about respiratory system, the chapter name, right? So, what is respiration? The process of breaking down the food into simple form along with oxygen in order to produce energy is called respiration, right? So what is breathing, children? Right, the physical process of taking in air and giving out air is called breathing, right? So what are the processes involved in that? What is that name called? It is called inhaling and exhaling, right? So inhaling means taking in air, exhaling means giving out carbon dioxide. Very good children. So what are the organs involved in this respiration process? Yes, nose, windpipe, lungs, bronchi, diaphragm. Of these organs, lungs are considered as the most important organ, right? So, what did we do with the help of nose? We started to breathe, right? We will breathe with the help of nose, with the openings present in front of the nose. What is the opening name? It is called nostrils. Very good. So what will present inside a nose? Yes, hair and mucus. For what? To filter the dust particles present in air. That's it. Then coming to the next organ. What is the next organ? It might be windpipe. Super. So what is the function of windpipe? It takes the air from nose to lungs. Very good. The other name of windpipe is trachea. Okay, near the lung, it gets splitted into two branches. The left one enters into the left bronchi, enters into the left lung, and right bronchi enters into the right lung. Very good. Then how the lungs looks like? After traveling through the windpipe, the air enters into the lungs. Right. How does the lungs looks like? It is a spongy balloon structure. What is its function? Yes, it will separate the oxygen from the air we are breathing and dissolve that oxygen in the blood. That blood takes that oxygen to all parts of the body. This is what happening in lungs. Very good. On return, the blood collects the carbon dioxide from different parts to the lungs for exhaling the carbon dioxide. Would you clear? Then coming to the last organ of the respiratory system. What is that organ? That is called diaphragm. Very good. So what is the role of diaphragm, children? It helps the lungs in the process of breathing, right? Without diaphragm, we cannot breathe. How it looks like? It is a dome-shaped muscular organ, muscular wall, which aids lungs in the process of breathing. Aids in sense helps, which helps the lungs in process of breathing. Okay, would you clear about the organs, children? So, what is happening in this respiration process? Yes, in respiration process, the oxygen will get separated from the air we are inhaling. The separated organ will be dissolved in the blood. The blood carry that oxygen to all parts of the body, and in return the blood collect carbon dioxide from different parts to the lungs for exhaling. This is what happening in the process of respiration. Right? Would you clear? Okay, children. So now we are going to see on another interesting topic. Right? So we breathe through nose. Right? We, the humans, breathe with the help of nose and lungs. Would you ever imagine how the animals and plants will breathe? Do you have any idea, children, about the breathing process takes place in animals and plants and also insects? Do you have any idea? Let's see. Right, very good. So first we are going to see about breathing in plants, right? So the plants can be categorized as terrestrial plants and aquatic plants. Right? What are terrestrial plants? As the name implies, the plants that are lives on land. Very good. The plants that are lives on land are called terrestrial plants. And the plants that can be live under the water are called aquatic plants. Would you clear? Why this much difference among the plants, children? Could you ever imagine? Could you know? Yes, because of the inhaling of gas. Right? Terrestrial plant intake carbon dioxide, that is inhales carbon dioxide, whereas aquatic plants inhale oxygen. Due to this difference, these two plants may be varied as terrestrial plant and aquatic plant. Would you clear, children, the difference between terrestrial and aquatic? Terrestrial plants are plants that can be live on land, whereas aquatic plants can be found under the water. Right? Terrestrial plant inhale carbon dioxide, whereas aquatic plant inhale oxygen. Right? Now shall we see how these plants can be inhaling? Right? So come on. In terrestrial plant there might be small holes in the leaf as shown in the figure. Right? This is the leaf structure. In that leaf structure there will be a small hole which cannot be seen by our naked eyes, right? So that small holes are called stomata. Using that stomata the plants will breathe. Okay, using that stomata the plants will breathe. What is that hole called? Stomata. Using stomata the plant will breathe. It is like nose of humans, right? We the humans breathe through nose, no? Likewise plants start to breathe through the holes namely called stomata. Right? Okay. It intakes carbon dioxide and minerals from the soil, and with the help of sunlight it starts to prepare their own food. That process is called photosynthesis. Okay, children, could you clear what is photosynthesis? The process of preparing its own food is called photosynthesis. How it prepares the food? With the help of carbon dioxide, minerals from soil, and the sunlight. Okay, with the help of these three things the plants will prepare their own food, and this process is called photosynthesis. Would you clear? Then coming to see about aquatic plants. Since they lives under the water, They inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide, right? The water may contain some gases by default. So these plants absorbs oxygen from water. Okay, the aquatic plants absorbs oxygen from water and breathes out carbon dioxide. Would you clear, children? Very good. Okay, children, now I am going to say one interesting fact about the plants. The plants, that is terrestrial plants, those plants living on land. Those plants during daytime, they will exhale carbon dioxide and exhale oxygen and inhale carbon dioxide. This is happening in daytime. Clearly listen, children. During daytime, terrestrial plants exhale oxygen and inhale carbon dioxide. But during night time, clearly listen, but during night time, these plants start to exhale carbon dioxide and inhale oxygen. The process will be reversed during night time. So due to this reason only, we cannot go near to the trees during night time. Would you clear? Our parents may say that you should not go to the trees during night time. No, so this is the reason. The trees and plants will start to inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide during at night time. So for this reason only, we should not go near to the plants or trees during night time. Okay, children, would you follow this from right now onwards? Very good. So this is about breathing process taking place in plants. Now we can see about fish. So how the fish will breathe? Yes, with the help of gills. Right. So the fish will have a water through its mouth and this water reaches the gills where the oxygen will be separated from the water. So the fish absorbs water from the oxygen from the water in breathing process using gills. Coming to earthworm. Earthworm, where it lives? Yes, it lives in the soil. Since it lives in the soil, it uses its skin for breathing process. Yes, earthworm uses skin for its breathing process. Next, coming to see about frogs. Children, now tell me where the frog will live, either on land or in water. Yes, as it is an amphibian, it can live both on land and in water. So how will the breathing process will take down while it is available on land or in water? With the help of skin. Very good. So it has small holes over its skin. While the frog is in water, it uses skin for breathing. But when it is on land, it uses lungs for its breathing. Because of this nature only, the frog can manage to live both on land and in water. Could you clear, children? While in water, the frog starts to breathe with the help of skin. While on land, it uses its lungs for breathing. Right? Then coming to insects. Insects also have a small holes over its body. Through those holes, the air will enters into the body. Could you clear? The insects like grasshopper and cockroaches will have small holes called spiracles over its body, through which the air enters into the body. Right? The oxygen from the air will be travel through all parts of the body using a tube called tracheal tube, as similar as windpipe in humans. The windpipe makes the air to travel from nose to lungs, no. Likewise, in insects, there will be available some tracheal tubes all over the body, which helps oxygen to travel to all over the body. Would you clear, children? So what is happening in insects? Insects have small holes called spiracles, which will be available all over the body. Okay, and the air will transmitted to all parts using the tubes called tracheal tubes, which will be present in the insects. So in this manner, the animals, insects and plants will breathe. Would you clear? So how the plants will breathe? The terrestrial plants will breathe using the stomata, and the aquatic plants will breathe using the oxygen from water. Next, how the fish will breathe? Fish uses its gills for breathing. Next, earthworm, it uses its skin. Very good. So coming to frog, how it will breathe? It uses skin, while in water and on land it uses its lungs. Super. Next, how the insects breathe? Through the small holes on its body called spiracles. Right. So coming to the next topic, that is breathing in birds, man and reptiles. These all have lungs in their body. So they breathe through nose, and the air travels to the lungs through windpipe, as we saw earlier. This is what happening in birds, man and reptiles. Would you clear, children? Would you clear about the breathing process in plants, animals and insects? Very good. So now take your workbook, page number 15, and write down the answers. Okay, what is the role of stomata in plants? What is the role, children? Yes, it is used for breathing purpose. Very good. So stomata are small holes in the leaves of plants through which the plants can breathe in carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen. Very good. And the next question, ninth question. Explain the process of breathing in fish. How the fish breathes? With the help of gills. Very good. What's that name? Gills. So write on the answer, children. Fish can breathe with the help of gills, which are small projections of the skin. Okay. Fish gulp the water through their mouth. Gulp in sense it sucks the water. Okay. Fish gulp the water through their mouth, and with the help of the gills, the oxygen will be separated from the water. Would you clear? Very good. Now it's your homework part. So complete the practice zone 2 in page number 23 of your concept book. This is your homework part, right, children? So don't forget to upload your work in your Google Classroom app. Would you clear, children? Okay, let's see in next session. Till then, stay safe, stay connected. Bye.